podcast hosts Gabe and Leo discuss topics that directly and indirectly affect the LGBTQ plus community. Their generation gap has them seeing the world through very different points of view. They fight, they argue, they laugh, and they get off topic. But they make sense. Most of the time. Are you ready for this episode of Let's Talk Trans? Well, let's get started.
All right, hey, a happy new year. This is our 50th episode of Let's Talk Trans. I know it sounds like it's super early. One, it's like, I can't even believe that I'm up yet. It's 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I literally crawled out of bed about an hour and a half ago. Which really wasn't, like, all that horrible, but in the same breath, that's super, uber, beyond late for me. So, and I didn't even stay up till midnight. Although I did get woken up at midnight by somebody who thought to call me and wish me a Happy New Year's.
Hey, it was the right time, okay?
So here in the studio today, we have the absolutely amazing, the incomparable, we have Kai.
Hey, guys.
Kai is going to hang out with us and do this podcast with me. And we tried to get Leo in, but his sinuses are bothering him. And, well, he just looks like death warmed over. And so Kai actually came in, drove in just for this podcast, which sounds like this great, amazing thing, but the truth was she was just over at her boyfriend's house. So it wasn't like it was that mad of a drive-in.
I literally woke up at like an hour ago, got ready, and came here.
Yeah. Woke up and went, hey, I'm going to be late. So, things we want to talk about on this podcast is New Year's resolutions. And a lot of people go, oh, I don't do New Year's resolutions anymore. Do you do any New Year's resolutions?
Kind of, but only like small things. Like for this one, I'm planning on slowly getting rid of all my like child stuff, but not really.
So when you say like getting rid of your child stuff, are you talking like all your little tchotchkes and your little knickknacks and your BTS collection?
No, never my BTS collection. My BTS collection is staying. But other than that, like my little knickknacks and all that I've gotten when I was a kid, they're still gonna like be like probably up in the attic, but like just cleaning up.
Kind of like a little, putting the childhood ways away.
A little bit.
Okay. So some people do. Some people really do, like, they go the weight loss, the new life, major finances, better job, the whole 9 yards. And then other people do the little things, the things that they can, that are more feasible.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like you said, like putting away the tchotchkes. I want to bank a little bit extra in the savings this year. Maybe just go on a vacation.
We haven't gone on a vacation in a while.
In 2 years.
2 years, that's a while.
All right, fair enough. Wait, you're an adult. I don't have to take you on vacation anymore.
Yes, you do. I'm your daughter.
So, there's like I said, there's those things, but what I want to talk about and what I want to focus on more is focusing on resolutions as far as being a member of the LGBTQ community. Mm-hmm. And, when I say that, I'm talking about being out there. Maybe for some people it's coming out. And, in this house, you've already come out. You've come out. Remind everybody just in case.
Yes, I did come out. I think I was actually planning on coming out as a New Year's resolution once.
But what did you come out as?
Pansexual. I'm so sorry.
You guys can't see it. I'm covering my face. I'm like shaking my head like.
We're still just waking up. My voice
no coffee. There's no coffee.
My voice is not even here.
Obviously, Leo and I came out last year, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago. Jeez. And and we just, like, last June we went and did Pride Parade.
Yes, we did.
Which, by the way, I got the football team to agree to walk in Pride.
Yes! It was like our first Pride It was our first Pride.
It was our first major Pride event.
And we had a lot of fun. There was the drag show was.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it for
I can't wait.
Next year. Which is, I mean, maybe it's just because of the fact that it's winter. I'm looking forward to June. I don't know.
We're
either
so
way,
excited.
Yeah, either way, and then to have the football team walk in it, I just, you know.
Well, I think they actually it would help.
You know, this is one of those things, like a later date conversation, but one of those things that I would love to talk about is the the variance in acceptance of the LGBTQ community in I'm gonna piss people off in this one, and I truly, but
Warning.
Blacks versus whites, how. And there should never be an us versus them or blacks versus whites or like I said, there's no us versus them. There's just people. Right. But when it comes to communities, as far as accepting communities, I personally have found that the more people that I know that are of color, whether they prefer to be referred to as Moors because they're Muslim or black or African American or even the Latino community. Mm-hmm. I have more people who are accepting in those communities than I do that are accepting in the white community. People have known me for years, decades, in the white community. Don't accept me as much as, you know,
I've noticed
a person who's more and I've met, you know, a year or so ago.
I've noticed that also.
Yeah, so like I said, that would be something that would be really, really cool to talk about. And but that's a later date conversation.
That's a later conversation, not this one.
Okay, so think about it. Think about LGBTQ and then resolutions. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you can think of that you would... I mean, it's like I said, the one that's kind of the big one is, like, we're already out, so that one's neither here nor there. Is there anything else you can think of?
Not the top of my head, not really.
What about being supportive?
That, 100%. I'm supportive about everybody when they come out. I actually had a friend come out to me last night.
Really?
They're gay.
That's cool.
And
wait, it wasn't the boyfriend, was it?
No, okay. It was not the boyfriend.
I was like, well, that changes a lot.
No, they wanted to call me during almost at 12 a.m. my time, and they're like, I'm doing this as a New Year's resolution. I need to let at least someone know I trust. And came out to me, and I was like, I'm gonna be here the entire time. If you ever need me, let me know.
Right, absolutely, because you know we have those resources. We know people with those resources, and so yeah. All right, so I pulled up because the way that I do, I pulled up it's literally it's an article in LGBTQnation.com, of course, and it's 5 queer New Year's resolutions to make your it says 2022 merrier and bright, but we can use it for 2023.
2023.
Sure, yeah, why not? Okay, so the first one, read a book about LGBTQ history. Do you have any books on LGBTQ history?
Do we?
We don't in this house. We have absolutely none, which is
wish.
insane because we have a library.
We do have.
We do have a library.
Have a big library.
Yeah. But
I guess we gotta buy some.
I guess we have to buy. Yes, we get to buy more books.
Yeah, we're book geeks. Sorry.
All right. So yeah. So I mean, like, this is a perfect one for us because it's definitely something we can go out and do.
Yeah.
We all got Amazon cards for Christmas, compliments of Nana. So we could definitely go out and purchase a book and read about LGBTQ history. Me being a history buff. Mm-hmm. You know, that makes perfect
That's
sense.
your specialty.
That's my thing. Okay. Volunteer at an LGBTQ organization.
Like the LGBTQ parades and all that.
Yeah, well, like I said, we have NEPA. NEPA Pride? Oh, Rainbow Alliance.
Yes.
And there's NEPA Pride. There's a couple of organizations right here in our area that we can support. And they don't have to be. And here's the thing. They don't have to be political. None of it has to be for people who are like, hey, I'm stay away from politics. Hey, I'm not cool with this. Or hey, I'm not ready for that.
Like a safe zone.
Kind of, yeah. Like, you don't have to be out there to be... The dog is getting involved now. She's like, I'm part of the LGBT. Oh, don't crack the dog's nose. yeah, like I said, it doesn't have to be political. It doesn't have to be, and you don't have to be out there in the limelight either. You can be a behind the scenes type person.
Like, I'm a behind the scenes type person, and I will help as much as I can, but I will never be in the spotlight. I can't do it. I'm too shy of those parts.
Says the kid who just went, woohoo, we're going to be in a parade.
I'll be in the back. I'll be behind everybody.
I think the football players will let me make the logo in rainbow colors.
Just for once. Probably. I hope.
Anyway, all right. So here's another one, and this one goes with yours. It says, reach out to an LGBTQ loved one. Now, this can be, by loved one, this can be a family member, it can be a bestie, it can be an old coworker.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. We're blessed. We live in a very small community, and there are a handful of LGBTQ members here in our direct neighborhood. And savingly, one of them lives right down the street, and we know her, and she walks her dog every
Sweet lady.
Sweet dog. Shoot.
That dog is hyper.
And the other one is, he used to be a coworker of mine before I actually became a teacher. And his partner was the director of the facility that I worked at.
Oh.
At the time, and they're no longer together. He now has a new partner, and they're very, very happy. They bought a house in town recently, but he now works at the local store. And when we see each other every day, it's, hey, how you doing? How's things going? How are the kids? How's life? How's the hubby? And I mean, literally, like it clicks. And I had a job interview, the first job interview that I had as dressing up, dressing in the role that I felt most comfortable in, having a tie and everything. And I went to him and I said, dude, what do I wear? And he's like, you wear a tie. I understand that, but do I wear a suit? Do I wear just a tie and a button down? Do I wear a sweater? And he's like,
breathe.
He's like literally in the middle of the store going, just calm down, calm down. But yeah, he was absolutely phenomenal, and so it's absolutely imperative that we, as members of this community, make sure that, you know, anybody that we know in our own community is, you know, aware that there are people out there that care about them, and you know, make sure that they're all okay. Another one is speaking up for trans people.
I've done this multiple times at college. There was a trans man who was getting picked on by, I think, auto mechanic people.
And no, not those auto mechanic, not those roughneck auto mechanic people.
I was one of them in high school, not in college, I promise. But I told them them to stop, because what if that was you, or we were making fun of you guys because you guys just suck at your course.
Wow, that was harsh.
I kind of called them out.
Yeah.
If I go into too many more details, you'll hate me. But I told them I did literally just stand up for him, and I'm losing my voice. I'm so sorry.
No, don't do that. All right, so you stood up for him. Mm-hmm. Lisa, and you know, like for me at work, because I'm the first
trans man.
I'm the first trans individual to come out.
How does that feel?
That's well, like this one. I feel like I'm a guinea pig, which is exactly what I want to be. Okay, not that kind of guinea pig. Put myself out there so everybody can pick on me. No, it's just, but in the same breath, like, there's so many of us in the world. There's so many people who are transgender or pansexual or gay, bi, lesbian, that it's only a matter of time, or questioning. I was queer, you know, asexual, questioning. You know, the acronym. There's so many of us that anyone who thinks, oh, well, I'm never going to have to deal with one of those in my work environment is nuts. Doesn't matter what the work environment is.
No matter what it is, you're going to have to deal with one of them.
And so I'd rather me be a guinea pig who has a little bit more of a tougher skin than somebody who doesn't, and God forbid. You know what I mean? So this is my way of speaking up for like I said, people who are transgender or people who are part of the LGBTQ community, I'd rather me be the guinea pig. I go to work, people ask weird questions. They ask all the questions, whether they're a student or a staff member.
I remember you telling me this one day, like, someone went up to you and was, like, asking you all these questions.
Well, and, like, it would even be my principal at a previous facility, you know. Hey, I looked online, and do you have... Why are you worried? One, why are you looking that up on the computer? You know. Two, that's none of your business. And I shouldn't say that. The typical answer is, yeah, it's none of your business. Mm. As a teacher, as a person who, again, wants to educate so that maybe the next person who comes through doesn't get asked that question, I will tell them, yes, I do. No, I don't. No, I don't plan on doing this. Yes, I do plan on doing that. Yes, I'm having top surgery.
Yes, no.
You know, like I said, because, again, we're, I've been at my facility, 8 months now? I think it's 8 months today. Mm-hmm. And, like, there's still investigations going on about things that people have said or did that were grossly inappropriate, and it's just nuts. But, yeah. So, yeah. So we're going to speak up for trans people. Allow yourself more queer joy.
I know this is off topic, but I feel like queer is offensive to, like, some people.
Okay, you find the word queer to be offensive, or do you mean that other people find that word queer?
I don't like saying the word because I feel like it will offend somebody. Because it's been called so many times to people as, like, an offensive word.
Do you find the word queer to be like the N-word?
Yes.
Okay. But I don't think in this regard that's what it means.
I know, but, like... I don't know.
Alright, so let's do this. The word queer, alright, by definition. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I'm always, again, literary definition. Okay, means strange or odd. Mm-hmm. Okay. Denoting or relating to a sexual or gender or identity that does not correspond to established ideas. Okay? So, in a sense, my gender is queer. Mm-hmm. You know, queer. There's queer geek culture has featured gay themes since the 1980s. We know it's been way longer than that, but that's one of the things that it says in it. She had a queer feeling that she was being watched. Not the typical use of the word, or at least not the way that we would, but I think what this is talking about is allowing your freak flag to fly, basically.
Yeah, which I understand. It's just, like, I guess, like, people have said this to, like, their friends, and as, like, an offensive word sometimes, and it's just... in my eyes, I see it as, like, an offensive word, so I don't like to call people.
Well, and nobody's.
So I'd rather just call them, like, the appropriate word.
Sure.
I don't like.
Well, and again, it's like I said, you know, when we're hanging with the football team and we hear that word dropped all the time.
I laugh my butt off.
That N word, I can't stand that word.
I can't stand it either.
So, and the thing of it is, like, they don't mean it derogatory.
No.
But throughout my lifetime, I've been taught that word is derogatory. Mm. So when I hear it, I cringe because, okay, A and B might be using it, but what if C takes offense or D takes offense? And nobody's coming to the defense of C or D.
Well, you already know in my head, it makes me laugh.
So guess what I did?
Yeah, they're not allowed to say it anymore.
They're not allowed to say it anymore.
For me, it makes me laugh.
Use the word ninja. I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, for me.
I want to see somebody yell, "Yo, my ninja." You know that's gonna happen.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that would be the best.
I do. I'm dying to see.
I see that happen.
Florida, yo, my ninja.
Get over here.
So, but what this means is, it says living joyfully in one of the greatest possible ways to share your pride. Honor your queer identity in 2023 by taking more opportunities to prioritize your own needs and happiness. So it's not saying, go out there and start wearing rainbow colors, especially if that makes you uncomfortable. But be you. And be true to you. Be your happiest you. Which is one of those things that we say at the end of every podcast is be true to you. If you're not happy with yourself, you know what I mean? It's really hard to be happy in today's day and age in this world if you aren't happy with yourself. One of the other things that, yeah, I'm sorry, I was checking an email. One of the things that really hit me and kind of surprised me was yesterday I got a random message. I got a random message from someone who is going through their own. They're going through their own.
Going through stuff.
Yeah, they're going through their own stuff, and everybody does. But they reached out to me, and in a not so subtle, "Hey, this is all about me" mentality, they started asking me questions about you guys. How the kids doing? How's this? How's Kai? How's Leo? How's, And then it was, oh, and so just so you know, I have this.
Is that literally what they did?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness.
But the thing of it was that throughout that, one of the things that we had talked about was that I'm more happy with my body now. You didn't hear that, and you didn't see that. You saw none of that.
Only a little bit. I don't know what it is.
You saw none of that message. So the thing of it was that, like I said, in the course of this, we were talking about gastric sleeve surgery.
Yes.
Which I had back in 2017.
You loved it, but then at the same time, you hated it.
Right.
You were in so much pain, and you couldn't eat a lot. And I felt bad that you got the surgery, but I felt happy at the same time because you were happy. But I knew you were going to be in pain a lot.
The thing is, it wasn't the pain that was the problem. Because, again, pain is part of life and part of existence. Maybe bending over to grab that thing off the ground wasn't the best idea. But
yeah.
That's neither here nor there. The thing of it was that the body, even though I lost almost 100 pounds.
You did.
And I had that tire right in the center of my abdomen, which was driving me nuts. I was very thin across the chest. I was thin in the face. I actually looked like I'd gained 10 years in age. Mm-hmm. That was probably my biggest issue with it was. But the thing of it is the body that I had, and this was the psychology, I was miserable as who I was. Mm-hmm. I was miserable as that person. I thought gastric sleeve, and a lot of people do this, I thought gastric sleeve and being thinner would solve all the problems in my head. I would be all right. It didn't. It really, truly didn't. It didn't make it worse, but when you're taking the skins off of chicken nuggets so that you can eat the fake meat inside the chicken nugget, to validate that you can still eat somewhat healthy.
He now has to do that.
Naked nuggies are not cool.
Remember when Leo used to do that when he was a kid? He would skin them.
Yes, with his teeth. But yeah, we won't go there. He's gonna make someone very happy someday. Very talented teeth. Anyway, I just saw you snorted. So we won't be posting this to the parents of LGBTQ. We won't post this on their page this time around because this just went dark real quick. Oh boy. Are you alright? Very talented teeth. That's what you're giggling over. So, anyway, the thing of it was that I wasn't happy in that body. And now that I've come out as transgender, yes, drink something. Don't spit it. Please don't spit. Please don't spit.
Sorry. God, I don't need it again.
The thing of it was is when I was in that, like I said, I decided to come out as LGBTQ, and suddenly having a dad bod wasn't that bad.
No, there's a lot of females now that actually are attracted to dad bods.
Well, and I think the thing of it is with a dad bod and the psychology back there is that a guy who has a dad bod is not in the gym 24/7 to have that awesome physique, and therefore is at home focusing on family. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that means that he is actually
a dad.
He cares.
And that's not to say that everybody who has a dad bod is that way, or everybody who doesn't have a dad bod isn't that way.
Also, not saying that the guys that go to the gym just care about.
Yeah,
the gym.
no. Not saying that at all. There's a bunch of guys who just went, hey.
I think I have a cousin that actually just goes to the gym too, but he doesn't care about the gym that much.
He's a physical trainer. That's his job.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought he just went to the gym because he wanted to, because he had nothing else to do.
No. But anyway, so the thing of it was, when we were having this conversation, me and this person were having this conversation, we were talking about this, and I pointed out the fact that, you know, I'm actually, like I said, I'm actually really kind of digging my dad bod. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but
you like it.
I'm happier with this body. I'm happier with the body that I've always had. Minus, you know, the tatas. Can't wait for that. April's coming. April. I'm happier with the belly and the thighs, and I'm happier with a bigger physique. Yeah. Now than I ever have been.
More cushion.
You guys can't see the face that I just made, but when your child goes more cushion, and you know full well that the line after that is for the cushion.
No!
The facial expressions alone. Like, I have to pause and go, hey.
I'm so happy I'm an adult now.
Yeah, barely.
Barely.
Been an adult for 6 months, and all of a sudden we think we can make these comments. Yeah.
These comments too much, bro. I'm getting
Just shaking my head. I'm just shaking my head. Just, no.
I am so sorry for my voice. I don't know what's going on.
It's very squeaky.
I've been like this for like 2 days.
Oh, and the other thing was, and we did this too, and this is off topic, but hey, it's a squirrel moment. We went back and listened to... Don't talk about the squirrel. We went back and we listened to episode 1.
Oh my god.
Which was 50 episodes ago. A year ago. Holy crap.
You sound so different.
My voice is so much deeper now.
No, never do that again. Never.
I can even pull off the whole Liam Neeson.
You've been trying to do that with my friends so many times.
I've done it twice.
Every time I'm gaming or something, he will try and do that voice.
I walk up to the microphone and go, I know where you are.
And then he messes up the line.
And then I forget. Yeah, I don't remember.
He'll mess up the line, and then I would have to continue it for him.
I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are, but I will find you. Yeah. I have a particular set of skills that I really do. I do, but I don't. It's not those ones, for sure.
He's slowly getting there.
I'm slowly getting there. All right. So, those are like the 5 big ones as far as LGBTQ New Year's resolutions. Like, again, now for some people it is. For some people it's coming out. For some people it is being more out there. For some people it's being more supportive. For me, I'm looking forward to top surgery like there's no tomorrow. I'm even considering going back to the gym. But I don't want that to be a resolution, because if I set myself up for failure, then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my current resolution is just to be more active in Pride events. And maybe be more active as far as Pride goes, period.
I think mine is more focusing on my health.
All right. I may even stick a Pride sticker on the Jeep. No?
No, do what you want. It's your Jeep. I don't know.
I could stick our frog. I think I still have a frog.
No, you're not.
I love my frog.
We should make a logo.
We have a logo.
Okay, then make.
It's the frog.
Oh yeah. Oh,
my frog.
It's your frog.
It's my frog.
Look, your logo for yours is a frog. Mine is a bunny. Okay.
We're not putting a bunny and a frog together. All right, so. This about wraps up this episode of Let's Talk Trans.
Ooh.
We talked a couple things about, like I said, New Year's and LGBTQ and resolutions. I really, truly hope that you think about resolutions, and wherever you are in the world, whether you're here in the United States or you're listening to us over in England, Ireland, Scotland, Sweden, Germany, Korea, yeah.
BTS, I love you.
I'm not going there. I knew she was going to do that.
I don't want to hear you. Kind of like them too.
I would never go into the mic and go. Ugh.
You watched the video when Jen had to leave for the service. That was sad.
All right, you're having a scroll moment. So, like I said, we want to make sure that you're out there and you're aware, and we love that you listen. We greatly appreciate. I can't even tell you the thousands of listeners that we do have. It's nice. It's actually really, really cool to be able to go on and see, where our listeners are and who's listening in, and kind of pick on the places that aren't, because, we get listeners all over the world. We've had listeners in Russia. We've had listeners in Ukraine.
Have they ever heard you guys do the Russian accents?
No. Probably better that they don't.
It's
probably better that they don't. We have listeners in Canada. We have listeners all over the country, all over the world. So we really, truly want to wish everyone a fabulous New Year's. 2023 is going to be better than the last year, and 2024 will be better than 2023. That's what we have to hope for. And I want you to continue to, introspect and retrospect and love yourself. Absolutely. More so every day. And we will be back here next Sunday, and perhaps next Sunday we'll talk about that acceptance thing, or maybe we'll just get Kai to talk about some squirrel thing. In between now and then, I want you to do one thing for me. I want you to stay true to you, be happy, be healthy, and welcome to the new year.
Bye.
There you go.
Us on this episode of Let's Talk Trans. We hope you had fun. We know we did. If you like us and you want to hear more, follow us on Facebook. Subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, or Google Podcast, or wherever it is that you get your podcast from. Until next time, stay true to you.